Yo, what's going on? It's Jay.
This is big.
And this is Lit Logic. We're on episode 97.
97.
Got Perv in the building, man.
Yo.
Anytime you see him, you already know what we're going to be talking about. We're talking about sports. So today's topic, we're going to be breaking down the NBA playoffs. Yeah, man, I'm excited. NBA playoff basketball is always an exciting time of year. And we got some great matchups so far. You know, a couple games already started already. Yeah, it's been lit so far. Yeah, it's been real lit so far.
It's wide open this year, finally.
Yeah, it's not as clear cut as it's been these past few years. So, I mean, last year it wasn't kind of clear cut either.
But it was the injuries last year. This year we got healthy teams this year.
Yeah. You know, after the whole Warriors Cavs thing finally died.
Finally.
We could finally, start seeing some, real basketball and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna jump in from, we're gonna start with each West Conference, Eastern Conference, and each matchups and all that other stuff. So the first one we got is the Heat versus the Hawks. So they already had one game already. I think they played tonight, don't they?
Yeah, if you keep looking the way it's looking.
Because Trey shit the bed bad. But the thing is, it's kind of like you expect it, but then you don't expect it at the same time. Because Trey been iffy, like last year in the playoffs. He was kind of iffy, like he got 16 right now.
Oh, see, he's not playing. See, the thing when it comes to this playoff shit, like it's like boxing, like styles make the fights. You feel me? And just Miami is a bad matchup for Trey, even though he busting ass right now. You know, they got all them pit bulls they can throw at him. Jimmy, Kyle Lowry, you feel me? But
do you think it's too much? Do you think that's too much for him, though? Like, because like you said, do you think it's equally matched?
No, I think the Heat got the advantage.
I think the Heat got just like he said, they got the advantage because they go deep on that defensive shit.
But Jimmy has to be persistent.
He do?
He has to, because he has his games where he's that 20-plus, 30-point guy. Then he has his games where he's 15 points and you don't hear from him.
Well, this is where he got to earn his money. You know, he always say he be chilling during the regular season when to get everybody involved. Playoff time, playoff Jimmy is a real thing. So we got to see it because last year we didn't see none of that shit at all.
I think Jimmy's problem is he inserts too much on both ends of the ball. Possibly. I think he needs to take some plays off defensively because he be burnt out by like the third quarter.
But can they afford to have him do that though? Can they afford to have him take them plays off of defense?
Maybe this year. I'm thinking this year because they're getting a lot of production from Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. So I think he can take a little bit. Like, do
you trust Kyle Lowry on defense?
Well, that's what I was about to say.
I don't
trust him on defense, but offensively, that's why he was brought in there to lighten the load on Jimmy because Jimmy had to play point guard and give scoring. Right. Now he can play defense and do his off the ball shit. Kyle Lowry supposed to be running that offense. And, he got the championship pedigree. So
plus you got guys like Bam Adebayo, PJ Tucker, which was a great pickup. To kind of take some of the defensive load off of Jimmy. And I think that's the real reason why the Heat has been so successful because even though
it's just
Jimmy's
a good organization from coaching to front office, like they do things the right way.
Pat Riley alert.
Shout out to my man Pat, man.
My man got the smoothest slick back in sports history.
What?
But man, I just don't think the Hawks is going to have enough for them. Like with
not this year.
Nah, when them being a play-in team, you going against like the number one.
And I think
team.
Capella's out too. And that's a big loss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think he is out.
Yeah, he's not playing.
Ain't what you called out too? Collins.
Now Collins is supposed to. I think Collins playing. I seen him play the other night, but he's not.
I might have got the two mixed up.
To me, he's not really that. He's good in pick and rolls, but he ain't.
Okay.
He ain't no guy that really get his buckets on his own. He get them off a tray a lot.
Yeah, a lot of garbage buckets. Okay, but you need guys like that.
Though. Yeah, but them type of guys shouldn't be making max money like he making.
I mean, everybody making max money now.
Yeah, you feel me? NBA coming like the new baseball.
Shout out to Rudy, yo.
I think ever since Tristan Thompson got that money, the NBA started wilding with
that was a waste of money in my opinion.
That's LeBron though.
Yeah, LeBron got him that contract.
LeBron got him paid, got J.R. Smith paid, got Shumpert paid. Didn't want him no more. But we ain't talking about LeBron. That man is sitting at home.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Hopefully he go bald next year. Unlock this his final level. He go bald next year.
I think he's gonna hold on forever, bro. I don't think he's gonna do it.
You gotta go bald and unlock that final level.
He's not gonna do it.
Kobe did it. Jordan did it.
He spent too much money on fake hairline. He's not doing it.
Ever since I seen
if he don't go bald, then he need to get me the code because I'm struggling out here right now. You feel me?
When I see him on the shop getting the lineup, I knew. I'm like, this nigga.
When I seen him on the live game, AD was like, "Yo, your hair," and that nigga started fixing that shit.
Oh my god!
I was like, bro,
you never hear D Wade be making fun of him. D Wade stay roasting him.
You got to
let it go.
We're gonna talk about Wade Spice though.
Oh my god! Oh my!
Oh man! All right, the next teams we got is the Sixers versus the Raptors.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
matter of fact,
get them out of here.
Jay in the group, I gotta add you to I add both of y'all to the inboard room. Before the room, and Jay agreed with me too. Everybody, the Raptors, they play them tough in the season. It's gonna be tough for the Sixers. And I was telling everybody, and they're like, what? Tough for the Sixers to score 150 points or something? Like, people don't realize when it comes to the playoffs, all that regular season shit is out the window. And even you running a eight-man lineup at best. Some people run 7. If people starters play more minutes. And I'm like, bro, for one, they little as hell. They biggest players, like 6'9", that Boucher dude. You're not doing nothing with Embiid down there. You feel me? Like, you can frustrate.
And it's showing. Yeah. They already up 2-0.
And Embiid's just not like a regular post player. He can shoot. He runs the floor. Like, he does it all.
And as much as Harden, he still ain't doing what we expect him to do, they're not giving him credit for how his impact is affecting Maxey. Because now Maxey don't have to play that point guard role no more. It's just attack. For me, that's what Harden pretty much plays point guard for them.
Right. Yeah.
And they have them to attack. And
I'm
Toronto,
okay with that.
It's cool. Y'all got an extra 4 games, Say what's up to the 6th guy because it's over for y'all.
Yeah, because I originally had it going like 4-2, but after seeing these first 2 games, it might be. It's probably gonna be a sweep.
I had 4-1 at best.
No.
Yeah, I think they still won in Toronto.
Yeah,
maybe, but they don't have like no guy that can really get you a bucket.
That was Kawhi.
Kawhi was that guy. When they had him, he was that guy.
Even when they made it last year and the year before, they had Kyle Lowry to get you clutch buckets. So they got Van Leet, but he don't get buckets like Lowry.
Well, yeah.
And Siakam's supposed to be that guy, but I kept telling everybody it was easy for him to be the third wheel when everybody worried about Kawhi and Lowry. He ain't looked the same since.
Yeah, and they don't. Like I said, they don't
do
really
got that rookie I like though. The Scotty Barnes gonna be nice. Yeah,
but he hurt, so it's really over now.
It really is done. It's done.
He was their last glimmer of hope. And
Sixers gonna be smoking on that Raptors pack pretty soon.
Oh my god,
it's over there. Embiid got too much size. And you got 2 guys that average the most free throws in the league on the same team.
I just want the Sixers when they play another home game to play passion fruit. When they beat them,
they might not make it back home.
I want them to play passion fruit.
I don't know if they're going to make it back home.
Seems you got rich.
They might not make it back home fucking with that series.
Yeah, it's probably it might be over in Toronto.
Yeah.
All right, next one we got the Bucks and the Bulls.
Shot town.
Oh man,
it's game time. Who?
Yeah, I don't know about that though.
I
mean, the Bulls are putting up a better fight than I thought they would, but I just think the Bucks is just gonna be too much for them.
Well, they don't got an answer. Not to cut you. They don't got an answer for what's his name?
Antetokounmpo.
Just call that nigga Greek, bro.
Yeah, they don't got an answer for the Greek. They don't got an answer for the Greek freak, and it shows because that man bullied them the first game.
Well, let's be real here. Nobody has an answer for that.
No, not at all.
DeRozan missing some shots, which
especially they was just playing good defense on him. They was making sure he wasn't really getting to his spots.
But see, with people, this is why I like Giannis so much. He really tapped into his bag now. Like Giannis do fadeaway jumpers, step backs.
Bro, that turnaround is like
you can't even leave him open no more. So it's like, what do you do? If I step up on him, he gonna go around me and dunk on everybody, and if not, he gonna make the midi now. And even
this
he be
nigga runs the floor with the ball.
Yeah,
like
he like a damn I forget what, a gazelle. He just take a few steps,
three strides, and he had the rim, bro.
Nothing you can do about that.
It's ridiculous. Giannis is about to take over the NBA.
But
y'all can quote me on it.
But I do amend, my team, the Bulls. We do have a lot of scorers on the team.
Well, what I'll say for the Bulls is, even if they go home to the Bucks, there's no shame losing to the defending champs.
No,
right.
absolutely
And
not.
even they kind of overachieved because if you really look at how the Bulls started, that's a team that really has an injury excuse. You can't really knock them for that. Like even Caruso going down, they had Lonzo all year, so a lot of their players that they expected to be there ain't there. So I really ain't put no slack to the Bulls, and they still playing them tough. We thought that they was gonna get blown out.
Yeah,
they had a
still
chance to
putting
win
up
last night. It's
they
just
still putting up a
I
fight.
think
I
that
mean-
that hurt them bad because if they won that last night, they should have won it. Well, the other night that'd have been big for them to build off momentum because basketball is all about momentum.
Facts.
But shouts to DeRozan and the Bulls and all them. I like what the Bulls are doing. The NBA is always better when the Bulls are good. The Bulls and the historical teams, the Knicks, the Bulls, and all of them. So
The Lakers.
But listen.
We ain't gonna talk about
Leave
them.
them alone right now.
I got my hat on and stuff, but still, we ain't
I was a
the
Laker
Lake
fan
Show.
by association this year, and it wasn't pretty.
Shout out to Brody, man.
Nah, fuck, dude.
Shout out to Melo.
Melo should have came to the Bulls, man.
Oh,
Shit,
man.
we not even gonna hit
I
on
was
that.
not expecting. I was not expecting
Wait a
that.
minute.
He won his ring.
Wait a minute.
He won his ring.
Melo still averaging 14 off the bench. That's not retired numbers.
He won his ring.
For me.
Melo wasn't an issue.
Hey Melo, if you watch this, just go to Golden State and get one real quick, bro.
I mean, that's probably like the best option. Yeah,
For real.
That'd be a good.
He'd
That'd
be
be a good
sweet
place
and
for
Golden
him,
State.
What?
Hell yeah. Go to the Nets or Golden State. Go get one.
Bro, I was not expecting that train wreck.
But listen, you called it. You the one wrote that big ass article on Westbrook that year, and what's the
Bro,
first
this
thing I
man
give?
does not
I
like
give bro
Westbrook.
credit.
He does
I
not
give
like
bro credit
Westbrook.
because when I said the Westbrook shit, I was talking to him. It was me and Jay talk all the time, and I was like, "Bro, you like the movie?" He was like, "I fucking hate it. We gonna be ass. Watch." And I was like, "Bro, give it time and all that." And
Bro, I still try to give him the benefit of the doubt because
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, maybe Bron could do something.
and that's a miracle
Like
because this man hates
maybe
Westbrook.
Bron.
I don't
could do-
understand. Like
maybe Bron could do
I don't
something.
understand. Like so, nobody talks to him and be like, "Yo, West,
Bro.
like-
He's stubborn, bro.
He don't. His basketball IQ is trash. You got to think.
But it was never like it. It
But-
wasn't as bad.
But
Nah,
it-
it's always been
But
that
you got to
bad. He was
also
just-
think he was never in a market like LA where you're
Okay.
expected to do something. You went OKC, especially when KD left. They didn't expect nothing. Even with
They just let him
Houston,
do whatever.
Didn't expect nothing. Then he went to the Wizards. Didn't expect nothing. You go to LA, even if the team ain't that good, you got pressure on you. And this is first year having pressure and being on a team that's supposed to be championship contenders.
But
the way he is, he can't play any other way. He has to play one way. And that's why I said the best thing for Westbrook is to just accept the 6-man role. Come off the bench, run the bench unit. You can do what you want with the
too
bench.
much. You got too much pride.
Yeah, but
That's the
it's
thing,
kind of the
man.
Allen Iverson thing.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
my-
not coming off the bench.
Yeah, but my thing with like another reason why I'm real like disappointed with him is there's no accountability at all.
At all.
It's just I ain't had no fair shot in LA. I'm like, what you mean? You took plenty of shots.
And the man,
You took play. You was
You have
bricking-
the ball
you was
in your
brick- you was
hand
bricking a lot
majority
them
of
shots,
the
too.
game.
and don't get me wrong, I don't take blame away from him because he, as much as he tries to lie about it, LeBron had something to do with putting that team together.
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely.
Every star player has something to do with putting
Absolutely.
the team together. Even going back to Mike, people swear Mike ain't have nothing to do with it. Stop fucking lying. Mike
had
told them to
everything.
go get Dennis Rodman when Shaq bullied the hell out of them that year.
So he made Phil Jackson babysit Dennis Rodman.
Exactly. So you feel me? LeBron even took fault in as far as on the court shit. It's not really LeBron didn't do nothing bad. Feel me? To be in this year and still averaging almost 30, damn near triple double.
Y'all could have had DeRozan and
We
LeBron.
could've.
LeBron.
I don't know how that would have worked though,
I
because
think it would have.
you need when you have a LeBron and AD, you need shooters around them. What they should have done, and me and you tell her all the time, they should have just ran the same fucking team back and add. You could have added Melo and Monk in them. You had the money to do it, and instead of you
Kept Rondo.
you feel me? Instead of you trading Kuzma and them to the Magic, do the trade with the Kings that they wanted to do, where they would have gotten Halliburton and Buddy Hield back,
Right.
and they would have they could have sent them same people, except the Kings didn't want KCP, so you could have kept KCP, had Buddy Hield, Halliburton, with Melo, Monk and them off the bench, and you got your shooters.
the
You got
thing with-
you got a good mix of young and old. You
See,
feel
the
me?
thing with Bron is sometimes when he gets success, he kind of get into like panic mode.
Yeah.
So he wanted to bring like bigger names. He's like, all right, we wanted with this roster, but if we get these bigger names, let's see how we can do it with that roster. Like he's done that in Cleveland. He's done that with the Heat and done it with LA.
Yeah.
Like once he wins the championship, with like the roster just dramatically just changes like the next year after. Like, which is crazy to me. You just won, just run it back.
I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I don't know how y'all get the feeling. I get the feeling LeBron don't. I think he's cool with where he at in his career. Even if he don't get no more championships, he's like, I got 4. I think LeBron is just chasing accolades now. You feel me? He got 4 rings.
I think he's just trying to get
he
past
wants to
Kareem.
catch Kareem. I think his only things left on his list is he does want to win one more MVP. I know that for sure. He wants to obviously catch Kareem. He wants to be like the first player to be like, I think, have over a certain amount of points and have 10,000 assists, 10,000 rebounds.
Well, I think didn't he get that yet?
Well, yeah, so that's done. And then obviously the last one is to play on the same team as Bronny.
Yeah,
So
his father-son thing.
Yeah, so I think
he's just doing what he want to do, like far as what was left of his career, and shit like that. But yeah,
because after that shit is done, he's gonna try to buy a team.
Yeah,
you can tell he already wants to be a GM.
Yeah, but I think the DeRozan thing would have worked because DeRozan would have just been like another D Wade, a guy who can hit the mid-range shot.
Well, DeRozan did step back. His 3-point, he shot above league average this year. So
yeah, so with him, AD would have still been, if he would have been healthy, he would have been his Kevin Love or Chris Bosh or whatever, and they would have been solid. They would have been a lot better, without Westbrook, because he was just his shooting percentage was just trash. I think he was.
Bro, he was smoking layups.
He was smoking dunks.
Yeah, like
I don't know how you miss one.
They
smoking
had no belief
dunks,
in
bro.
you, and it's just like, bro, how I'm supposed to have belief in you? You smoking middies, throwing them over the backboard, like,
bro.
I just think the moment was too big for him.
My man went 1 for 6.
You need to go back to another small market team.
If you go back to OKC, like you said, one of them small market teams, we'll see the same runs we've been seeing. Give you your triple doubles, ain't gonna do shit in the playoffs, but he'll be at least manageable to watch again. You feel me?
Facts. All right, the last one on the East Coast, which is probably the best matchup of this whole East Coast side, is Brooklyn and Boston.
I like this series.
I think it's going to go 7.
I have this series really as a pick'em because it's just, Nets just have them too damn decided factors, and even though the Celtics just won on the mishap, KD didn't even have a KD game. The way Kyrie been wilding lately, like he just been wilding since
because he got a chip on his shoulder, man. The whole vaccine shit.
And his legs is kind of fresh. Kyrie usually be injured up by now. He ain't got no injuries. His legs fresh.
Yeah, because he ain't play half the year.
Now that I think about it, this game gonna come down to whatever team decides to step up and play defense because scoring wise, they're gonna score like a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I like how Boston's defensive scheme against Kevin Durant, like they was like shifting every guy towards him, making sure.
What it is KD gonna get his shit off. So if he gonna make shots in my guy's face contested, I'ma live with that.
Right.
Because sometimes greatness you just can't do nothing about it. But you can't make it easy for him. Letting them get in the paint, letting them get warm, seeing the ball.
They was bringing everybody at him. Anytime he got on that block, there was another guy coming to him. You're like, nah, you either going to shoot that difficult shot or you're giving it to somebody else.
Exactly.
You're not going to beat us.
Because
that's why Kyrie had 40. Because it was like, all right, he going to go off, but you ain't going to get it.
That's what I think they accepted. Like, listen, we don't really got nothing for Kyrie right now because he's just on one. You can't do nothing about a person that with his skill set doing what he's doing. But KD, he on one, but we can make it difficult for him. And like you said, that's the one good thing they have. They have so many versatile defenders. They have good post defenders. They have pit bulls like Marcus Smart. And they wing players, they have length pause. You feel me? So, you just getting a hand up, getting in that range. You're not going to block it, but you'll make it tough.
Yeah.
And,
man.
To me, I'm still with the old school shit. That defense wins chips. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So I had, I coming in, I had the Nets just because I wanted to see how it would look, and it was, looking a little hot. But the way Boston played, if they keep that up, I see them catching them in about 7.
I think it's going to go to 7. I can't really pick a clear-cut winner yet.
this next game gonna tell a lot.
Yeah, these next 2 games is really what's going to determine it for me. So as of right now, I can't because it can go either way. Like if Boston keep putting on the pressure, it's going to be tough for Brooklyn. But if Brooklyn find a way to adjust and get KD going, it's going to be a long night. So, but after that, I'm pretty sure we can all agree that Heat over the Hawks.
Yeah.
Sixers over the Raptors.
That's a sweep.
Who we had? Bucks and Bulls. Who we had?
Look, I'm a Bulls fan, but like I'm gonna be realistic. Like
I think the Bucks gonna take
the Bucks,
it.
The Bucks.
I think the Bucks in 6.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I got it in 5.
I'll give you that. I'm gonna do 6.
And then whoever
That's 50.
Boston or
that's 50.
I got that
Brooklyn.
going 7.
Yeah.
As long as that goes 7, I'll be satisfied.
Absolutely. So with that said, the next potential matchup would be the Heat and the Sixers. So this one's gonna be tough.
Jimmy going against his old team.
See, this is where the Heat come to the advantage. They play very, very well against the Sixers.
Facts.
Because the way the Sixers, the way their game plan is, it plays into the strength of the Heat. The Sixers don't like the run and gun. They like that half-court pace. They'll run if Harden and Maxey out there, but they don't really got a run and gun team. And the way that the Heat play defense, they swarm everybody.
Right.
You know, they're good at help defense. They communicate a lot. So this series is where James Harden is going to have to show up. Because Embiid may still get his, but they're gonna make it tough for him. At the end of the day, he's a big man. You know,
Yeah, they're gonna try to get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
And I think it's either Maxey and Harden. You know, Maxey may have to keep doing what he's doing, but you know he's in his second year, so that's not expected. He's gonna be inconsistent. Harden is a tops all 75. You feel me? So you got to prove your point. You wanted to come here. You want to get this max deal next year because it's going to be pretty much his last big contract.
Yeah.
This is where you earn it. You feel me? Because the Heat, they're going to have Jimmy harassing him the whole time.
Oh, yeah. And Jimmy a dog on defense.
Yeah, of course.
Jimmy
Jimmy's always gonna be
a dog on defense.
You know, his offense is going to struggle a little bit, but defense, you know you're going to get 110% out of him. And
But
Jimmy don't like him.
But that's where he makes some of his buckets as on defense. With
I know
steals
steals. You know, I read a cool stat the other day because, you know, I'm always stat looking. You know, I'm a sports addict. Only 2 players in NBA history have more steals than fouls, and it's Jimmy and Kawhi. I think, and it's not even close. Like, Jimmy has 100 more steals than fouls. Kawhi shit is ridiculous. Kawhi has 250 more steals than fouls. It's crazy.
He the claw for a reason, man.
He got the big ass hands, man. Just take the whole ball from you,
Imagine shaking that nigga hand.
bruh.
He can't dap me. You gotta give me fist bump, bro. Yeah,
That's still gonna look crazy.
yeah.
Gonna have that Thanos fist.
Don't touch my hand. Don't touch my
Look
hand.
like he wearing
For
a
real.
baseball fucking mitt. Like,
Exactly.
so that one's gonna be like
I'm still thinking
it's tough to like pick who's gonna win out of
because
that
the
one.
star power favors Philly,
Right.
but the overall team and just my thinking, you know, my basketball IQ. I always run with the team that's going to play better defensively. Because, you know, when it comes to the playoffs, all that high scoring and all that shit stops. And referees are they looser with the whistle. You know, they don't be just blowing that shit like they do in the season.
No, they let him play.
Yeah, especially when they play, you know, when the Heat play, the Heat play physical. So the ref already know it's going to be a physical game.
I'm gonna go Heat.
I'm gonna go Heat in 7.
I'm gonna go Heat.
Yeah, I'm going to go Heat in 6.
I'm gonna go Heat in 7, man. It's tough to call. But
You know the Philly fans going to eat us alive for that.
Yeah, man. There's some ones that actually are realistic.
Yeah, Brandon. But we ain't Mr. Fred. Hell.
Shout out to Brando, man.
Bro, that man said, you know how the war room is. Everybody gets it. He tried to say, oh, you know, everybody in here just be hating on Philly. And I'm like, bro, this is not the NFL. Like, in the NBA war room, everybody gets the smoke.
Yeah.
Everybody,
every player, every team.
Player, coach, referee, WNBA player, don't matter.
Philly just catch wreck regardless of what team it is.
Because of their fans.
Because of their fans. But, you know, that's a topic for another day.
We get to that another day.
All right, we
a
got
whole episode for that one. Shit.
So
make sure y'all invite me to that one. I got a lot to say.
the Bucks and either Boston or
The Nets.
the Nets. This is gonna be.
I said if they get the Nets, it's gonna be a dog fight.
Yeah, it's gonna
they
be.
get Boston, they're gonna beat Boston.
Yeah,
Boston don't got enough. They is Robert Williams done for the season? The center from the Nets. I mean, the Celtics. We can look that up right now.
I'm not sure, but this is gonna be tough. Like I feel like if they do the same thing like they did to KD and try to limit Giannis, even though it's gonna be tough as fuck to try to limit him because he's more of a strength player.
See, they go deeper on their roster than the Nets too. Like the Nets, you worry about them too. You try to let the others beat them. You know, you got Giannis, Drew Holiday. Who else? Grayson Allen been playing good as hell over there.
Yeah, and Brook Lopez been balling low key too.
Yeah, and they got Serge Ibaka. People forgot about that.
I forgot about that.
You know, they have a team really built for the playoffs. They, you know, I'm not gonna spoil it, but yeah, I got the damn the Bucks beating them. Especially, let me see,
beating the Celtics.
Yeah,
and Bobby Porter's been doing his thing too.
They said he's on the
30th.
They said he was expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks, and now they're saying he's doing half contact. So if they win this series, he'll probably be back. That'll be big for them because you'll have a rim protector. Because Al Horford ain't stopping shit Giannis doing.
Nah.
He gonna get dunked
Even though
on.
he was playing, he surprised me though because he was playing good defense on Kevin Durant.
See, the thing is too, still is, you know, with the Nets you have, you know, just they're really a finesse team. The Bucks are physical and they're surrounded by shooters. So yeah, Robert Williams may play, but if Brook Lopez there, he gonna be dragged out the paint, and you can't let him guard Giannis straight up.
Oh no, barbecue chicken.
Yeah, so the Bucks are just a tough matchup, man.
Yeah, I would rather. I'd rather see. The Bucks and the Nets go in
because we got to get that rematch from last year.
Yeah, from last year, man. Because KD was trying, but he ain't had enough.
And that's why I say it. I'm like, bro, he really almost beat them by himself.
Yeah. And so they got to run it back with a healthy.
When they had Kyrie, they was scraping them boys.
Yeah. So that's the matchup I want to see.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick Brooklyn just off of that.
Okay.
And then that would leave us with
if they go against the Nets, I got the Nets.
That'd be it, right?
It'd be the Nets. It'd be
the Nets and the Heat.
Nets and the Heat.
I'm taking the Nets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who's stopping Kyrie?
Yeah. Who's stopping
KD?
They're gonna have to have some real they're gonna have to play like some real defense.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jimmy gonna burn himself out again.
Yep. Because that's the one thing that the Heat they can go into them teams like the Sixers and the Celtics because they can score, but they're not high powered. With the Nets, you know you got to at least put up about 110 to 115 to beat them. Yeah. And I don't know if they.
But the problem with the Nets is they give up that much too.
They do, but their defense getting a little better. It's just Celtics was on fire, but the Heat they're gonna have to get their offense together for if they go against the Nets.
Yeah. So we got that taken care of. So now we can jump over to the
West Side.
The West Side. We can start with the Suns and the Pelicans.
Goodbye, Pelicans.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be done in 4.
That boy CP3 playing out his mind.
Oh, he ready to get that.
That man won a ring.
He trying to run it back. I was so disappointed that they didn't get it
I really
last
wanted
year.
Him to win last year.
He won a ring. Give that man a ring.
Yeah, man.
Or at least let him contend for one.
Well, he did contend for one. He just the Bucks was just too much for him.
And they had it. I thought they was going to win it.
Because last year, like the Suns, like they shit the bed like on the away games, bro. Like home games, they was balling. But then what was that game 5 where they had that home game and they lost it. It was a close game and they lost.
And that had the alley-oop at the end.
Yeah, they took all the momentum out. And you could see it after that game. And the next ones, they looked defeated after that. So
they got blown out in Game 6.
Yeah, but Pelicans too inexperienced, too young. Another playing team, they barely got in.
If I was the Pelicans, because it's clear Zion don't want to be there, and I think I told you this shit, I would holler at the Knicks. You know, go get Julius Randle. Now you got a solid 3 to build forward with CJ, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle. Julius Randle can play his role more now. He don't have to be a number 1 option. He could be like number 2 or number 3. You know, him and CJ could be 1A, 2A, 2B.
Then if Zion come back.
Well, Zion, you would trade him to the Knicks because Zion don't want to be there. He wanted to be in New York originally. So now you can let him go play with R.J. Barrett, his boy, and you won't lose him for free. Because if they keep waiting, Zion not staying.
He gonna walk for free. Yeah,
He don't want to be. He want to be in a big market.
Yeah. So all right, next one we got is the Mavs versus the Jazz.
I'm gonna go Mavs.
After what we seen, they better pray to God Luka don't come back, or they're gonna get blown out. Because they barely won game one. They won that by 6, and then lost yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I'm still gonna
put
go
up
Mavs.
41. I forget his name.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, put up 41 on their head. Mm-hmm. But I just think that Utah, they're real iffy.
Like they're ready to blow that team up, bro.
Yeah, I think it's about time to blow that team up.
Or what they'll do is they're ready to get one of them stars got to go, and I'm thinking
they don't get rid of Rudy. They don't get rid of Rudy.
Mitchell. I think it's Mitchell.
Mitchell don't want to be there. Mitchell want to be in a big market. Mm-hmm. He's tired of playing in Utah, and they had that issue with the fans being racist and stuff. He didn't like that either. Saying how Utah fans could be. So he said something on I forget what podcast, but he said something about how he doesn't like how Utah keeps getting that stuff. He don't know if he want to keep playing for somebody like that. So I think, Rudy has no problem being there. Mm-hmm. I think Donovan want to go to just one of the bigger markets. So one of them got to go. You can't keep both of them.
They be dogging Rudy out sometimes too. He be having mismatches on the block. They just won't give him the ball.
I read a stat, and it said Donovan Mitchell passes Rudy Gobert the ball an average of 2 times a game.
That's crazy. That's just starting big man. And you the point guard.
And even the Mavs, they're a small team. I was watching the game and I'm like, bruh, Rudy has to do silk under the basket. Just a turn and dunk. Yeah. And he just will not get him the ball.
You better than me, Rudy, because I've been doing some bonehead plays. Yeah. When I get the ball, I just throw it out of bounds.
Man, listen.
Yo, don't give me the ball.
Don't have him pull a Shaq and Kobe.
Listen, that's what I was about to say.
That's what it's looking like.
Kobe said rebound the motherfucker.
Like a Shaq or David Robinson or Akeem. After the game, they gonna hook off on him. Like, yo, you don't give me the ball, we gonna talk after the game.
Man, bro, there's no way they doing switches and he getting mismatches. He got to do, like I said, under the basket.
Yeah, I think
give him the ball.
Rudy just don't have that full dog in him. That's that Frenchman in him. Mm-hmm. They're nice people like that out there. So
yeah, but come on, bro, you got to do something.
Exactly.
You making big men look bad out here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think with whatever turmoil they got going on, like internally, is going to show in the playoffs. But Jazz always been like this though. Yeah. They'll be good during the regular season, then get in the playoffs and then shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think it's just going to be more of this until one of them guys go. And like you said, it's probably going to be most likely be Mitchell. So, you trade him, get somebody else, and then you can probably finally get that team going.
Yeah, build forward with good chemistry.
Yeah, because they got a good 6-man in Jordan Clarkson. Rudy do what he do. Great defensive player, great rebounder. Conley solid.
That boy Jordan Clarkson, nice.
Yeah.
That boy nice.
Just that Kobe coming out in him. Mm-hmm. Kobe was his mentor.
Shout out to Bean, man. Rest easy. All right, next we got Golden State versus the Nuggets. I got Golden State.
Yeah.
They running
Clay back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They running them boys out the gym.
It's over with.
I give them probably like 5.
I feel bad for Joker. Maybe they'll steal one in Denver.
Yeah, but I got it over in 5.
Even last night they got off to that good ass start, and then when Golden State turned it on, and
they turned
it's just their roster is so crazy, and
the way they move the ball,
they keep getting these hidden gems. Like Draymond Green was a hidden gem. He was a 2nd round pick. Jordan Poole was a damn
Jordan Poole,
Jordan Poole.
And he giving them guys hell.
Yeah, and what he's doing is making it good for Steph, so Steph can truly ease his way back into the shit. Mm-hmm. And it may be to the point where they may need to start putting Clay at the 3, because I don't know if you can keep that boy not starting.
Yeah,
and
I like him in the lineup. I like how they run him.
But and it's even crazier is they still missing James Wiseman.
Yeah,
they're gonna need him eventually though, because Draymond doing this thing against Joker, because Joker, as good as he is, he don't play above the rim, stuff like that. What you gonna do with one of them big athletic centers like Ayton, who can be above the rim and stuff like that?
Right.
And if you happen to do run into Embiid in the finals. We already seen what Embiid did to Draymond. That shit not gonna go well.
Nah.
He did Draymond dirty.
Draymond good defensively, but he can't really guard, like you said, them athletic.
Yeah. He'll guard a big man that can play under the rim and all that stuff. But them athletic bigs like AD, Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, they destroy him.
Yeah. All right. Next we got Memphis and Minnesota.
I like Memphis. I do. I like
this
Memphis.
one's,
I like
this one's
Memphis.
tough because
tough too.
you got two inexperienced teams. One got a little bit more experience than the other.
Yeah.
But I like Memphis.
They're gonna go at it, man. It's gonna
Memphis is another team. They've been in the playoffs the past couple years. You know, I think they another one that kind of folded in the playoffs a little bit.
I think this series is more important for Memphis, just for the fact that you had this good season, you got a third seed, and for you to go home in the first round, was a bad look.
Playing team,
Yeah,
like
But
it's real tough to really call because
they really got unlucky.
You could really see some of the inexperience with the Timberwolves. Like even in the playing game, they arguing over foul calls. They getting in foul trouble early.
Even when Ant-Man was cooking, they had that stretch where they stopped giving him the ball, and that's why the Grizzlies came back. And I'm like, with that big three they got, both teams have a very bright future. Right. But the way you got to play that is whoever hot out the big three of them, keep feeding them. And
I think Cat is going to be the X factor.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think if he really start balling, it's going to be tough for them.
Well, it's due for him. He's got to show he's the leader. They built that team around him. He begged them to get him help. They got you your help now. You got to lead.
Yeah, you got two young guys that are like dogs. You got Anthony Edwards was a dog. You got
especially he said he wants to be considered in the same class as Embiid. And even though Embiid hasn't gotten to a chip, he's had playoff success.
Right.
So if you want to be in that class, you got to prove that you really are on Embiid level.
Yeah, and then you got Ja and they've been playing so well without him.
Ja nasty.
And can y'all stop with the bullshit talking about the Grizzlies are better without Ja Morant? Y'all know how dumb y'all sound saying that shit.
Man, Ja is a real important part of that team.
Hey,
he's the glue. He's the guy.
This one I think goes 7.
Yeah,
and
who you got though?
I'm gonna give the very slight edge to Minnesota.
I was about to say I got the T-Wolves, and
I got the real slight edge.
John, my guy, that's my player. I'm gonna follow after Melo. But just what I saw, if the way that the T-Wolves are built right now, like I said, they got unlucky because the T-Wolves was like an 11 seed before the All-Star break, and they just got hot. They're one of the hottest teams in the league, and it seems like they're unlucky because they're finally figuring out how to play. Like Russell knows, hey, I got to facilitate, and if shit going wrong, then I'll get my buckets. You feel me?
Right.
Ant-Man coming into his own, and now Towns is finally being the Towns we all waited to see. And they have
shooting that 3 ball real well too.
They have the good pieces around them as well. We not including Pat Bev weak ass because he do play 5 minutes, get 1 steal, give up 10 buckets, and swear he did something.
Hey, let him be great.
I love his energy though.
No, I like Pat Bev, but
I love his energy. I knew he do be overreacting to
he be faking it, man.
Yeah, but you need some like a guy like that that's going, a veteran president that's going to bring that type of energy, get your younger guys hyped and stuff like that. So I understand why he's there. He has a lot of playoff experience, being with the Clippers and all the years with the Clippers. So I think his role is important with Minnesota. He's not a guy that you need to get a bucket because you got those guys. He's just energy guy.
Yeah, I knew he was a real one when he wore Black Forces to the game. I was like, that dude's a real one.
You already know what type of bullshit he be on.
He played the whole game with Black Forces. I'm like, hell no.
All right, so the next round would be Phoenix versus the Mavericks. And
I'm gonna go Phoenix.
I'm gonna go Phoenix in 6.
I'm gonna go Phoenix slightly.
Phoenix in 6.
It depends on Luka's health and how he comes back. But if Luka comes back as the person we know, I say Phoenix in about 5 or 6.
Yeah,
if Luka's not there or he's still not healthy and can't do what he's been doing, I think they'll still get by the Jazz. But I don't. You need a healthy Luka versus the Suns, or it's gonna be over for them.
Yeah, I still think they put up a solid fight.
Yeah.
But I just think the Suns, you got Chris Paul, who's a veteran. You got Devin Booker, who's, a beast.
Suns just look hungry, man. And they got really a perfect, complete team.
All right, the next one would be Golden State versus Minnesota.
Golden State.
Golden State.
Golden State
in 5.
Golden State gonna whoop that ass.
Golden State in 5.
That's why, even going into the West, I said we're going to get the matchup we won out there. See, the East is harder to call. The East was kind of better than the West this year, just as far as the comp. But I'm like, we knew pretty much all year if both teams are healthy, we was going to get the Suns and the Warriors because, You know, who else was there? The only team that was supposed to get in the way of that is the Lakers. And like I said,
you see
already
where that
covered
happened.
The Lake Show.
You know,
Shit crazy, bro. Like I think I had
it
them.
sucks though that the Clippers couldn't get healthy though, because Kawhi and Paul George, if healthy, they could have gotten away with that shit.
They would have made a deep run.
Yeah,
because regardless, I mean, playoff P, he just pisses me off sometimes, man.
Fuck him. It's Kawhi.
He said,
that nigga
fuck
Kawhi goes to a different level in them playoffs, bro.
Shout out to load management.
For real.
Like I never met a person that got in his contract load management.
You see why he got it though? The motherfucker always hurt.
Yeah, bro. He need that shit. Even when he do take it, he still fucking hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, but we said Suns. So
we said the Warriors over
yeah, Warriors over. So now it'd be the Suns versus Golden State. This is gonna be tough.
That's where
I like CP.
That's gonna be great basketball.
I like CP3 matchup against Steph Curry. I like that.
Basketball we're gonna see is gonna probably be better than the damn finals, honestly.
That's gonna be some great.
Who's guarding Book? Who's guarding Book? Is it Clay?
I'll put Wiggins on Book.
Or that too. I'll switch between him and and Clay.
Your two scorers, I would have either Poole, because he's younger, Steph does a decent job on CP. They kind of bust each other's ass.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably guard each other.
But sometimes CP3 bullies because he's a little bit big, like not in height, but like he's a little bit more stronger. Yeah. So he will bully him if he has to go down the paint.
Steph still had him playing Twister though.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! My man was out there.
They both be killing each other.
Yeah, bro.
So
they got their little personal rivalry. That's what's going to make this series.
So they cancel each other out, and just with Clay, him just coming off of all them injuries. I don't know if you want to put him on Book.
Mm.
I would rather let Jordan Poole chase him, or just let Wiggins be on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But who on that team's guarding Clay though?
Well, I mean,
they do a lot of ball movement, so it's not like, are you doing a lot of Clay? Not doing a lot of one-on-one basketball.
What you call it? Mikal Bridges guard him.
Yeah, but Clay don't do a lot of one-on-one. He do a lot of catch and shoot.
Gotta chase him.
They go around a lot of screens and a lot of off-ball shit.
Well, let's but not to cut you off. Let's just say if that does happen, Suns and Warriors, who's the X factor for each team that determines?
For Golden State, I would say Jordan Poole.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For the Suns, DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
He's got to play big.
Yeah,
because sometimes he's small.
Sometimes he shrinks. Sometimes so
just like last year in the finals, he shrank. But before the finals, he played great all playoffs.
So that's really going to be the X factor. But I see it possibly going 7.
I can see that 7 for sure.
I can see that.
And I don't know if I can pick a winner.
I think all them games are going to be close too. They're all going to be dog fights. I don't see much blowouts happening in that series.
Oh yeah, I might give Golden State the slight edge because they've been here before.
I think Golden State, with the star power, especially if healthy, they determined to re-show everybody, like, listen, we don't need KD to still win this shit.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I got them just because I think Steph and all them boys got something to prove. And that's dangerous when you got great players with something to prove.
Oh, yeah.
But you also have CP and 3 in them. But like I said, I think they blew a great chance last year, So I'm with you with Golden State. So
that would be what I think would be a crazy finals matchup. Golden State versus Brooklyn.
That's what the NBA will want.
That shit'd be
KD
crazy.
Who you got again in this matchup? Kyrie or you got Curry?
Cancel each other out. But if
Kyrie got better handle though,
I'm going with Uncle Drew.
Absolutely,
we've seen it already. Uncle Drew super outshowed Steph. Start punching his shit, posting him up. I mean, he hit the game winning 3 in his face.
Yeah, depending on health, it's so tough to call.
I feel like
It's so tough to call because both those teams is really going to be balling out.
I feel like Kyrie's more aggressive in like certain situations.
Even, but I'm gonna go with Golden State because they play defense.
Yeah,
and they really the defense they play would favor them because they have the guys to chase them around the perimeter.
Who's guarding KD?
Nobody. No one's really guarding KD.
Guard him, but
they're gonna come up with a defensive scheme.
KD's getting
to try to get the ball.
Remember, they also was teammates with KD, so they have a little
That is
bit of
very
idea.
true. That is
so
true.
I think what they'll do is have Wiggins harass him, and then
Like
if he
tire
get
him
by
out.
Wiggins, have bodies, have Draymond step
That's all.
up,
They're going to try to
have
make
Klay
sure.
step up.
They're going to try to make sure he don't get to his spots.
Yeah,
And you know they're going to try to force the ball out of his hands.
I can see that.
So-
Absolutely.
You got to make somebody else beat you.
Yeah.
You can't have Kevin Durant beating you because he's a fucking monster.
Okay, in that
Like-
series, who's your X factors
for that series.
for that series?
Kevin
If that
Durant.
series ever had
Well,
Kevin,
you
Kevin?
can't say he an X factor. He got to go off. I would say the X factors for them, for the Nets, would be Seth Curry and Andre Drummond. Drummond's going to have to play real big that series because they, like I said, they small. And for Golden State, much don't change. I mean, Jordan Poole got to do what he do, but Andrew Wiggins, his defense on KD is going to be wild important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try to do something. I mean, it's gonna be KD gonna get his points, but like you said, you
gotta
gotta
make
try
it hard for
you
him.
gotta make it hard for him. So honestly, I'm good with either or winning.
Yeah, I got
But-
Golden State, unfortunately, because that nigga Shaw going to be shucking and jiving everywhere.
Yeah, it also depends on what type of Steph we get too, because you know
Yeah.
he sometimes he ball in the finals, sometimes he don't. So it's.
Yeah,
He can't. They can't win another finals if Steph don't get no
I'm about
finals
to say,
MVP.
he
yo.
has to. If they win the final, he has to get a
He
finals
got to
MVP.
get a finals MVP, bro. You can't have that on your resume. We all know you the greatest shooter of all time, but you know to have all those finals finals wins and don't get a.
That'll solidify him to me as well as you can't say he's not a top 10 player, of all time because he's got the rings, he's got the MVPs. You add that finals MVP and you add this one. Being as he won the MVP when he chipped without KD, showing he still can do it without him, that'll make him top 10 all time to me.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what time that is.
Hey, Perv, we want to thank you for coming through, man. Dropping your
Thank you,
knowledge,
man.
man.
You
We
already,
appreciate
bro.
you coming through.
Anytime, my boys.
Let me tell you something. If you want to hear knowledge about sport, go to this man right here.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Absolutely.
That man is gonna break down X's and O's, court vision, anything you want to. What else? You do baseball too, right?
Now, I'm learning about baseball, but
I can't do that. I don't watch baseball.
I watch baseball a little bit.
I've
We gotta
been
talk
on
some.
it, so I've been starting to study it more. But
Yeah.
as far as like my top things is obviously basketball, football, and boxing. Boxing, I'm big in that.
I'm
too.
starting to get a little bit more into boxing.
Yeah, it's good to watch, man.
Football and
especially
basketball is where I
with the
where I
fights
draw
we
the
got
line
coming
at.
up. Definitely should get into
You
boxing.
know, we could talk football all day.
Oh yeah, you
What?
see our last podcast is long as hell. I can't wait for football to come back.
Yeah,
dog.
What?
We'll be back for that. You already know how that
Oh
goes.
yeah, you know
Shout
I'm
out to
ready for that.
my team for shitting the bed again, man. Proud of y'all. Proud of y'all, New Orleans.
I'm right with y'all.
I'm proud of y'all, man.
Way to trade Amari Cooper for pennies, my boys.
Oh my god.
Listen, man, you already know what to do, man. Like, comment,
Heart
share,
them
subscribe,
shits.
hit the notification bell, and let you know every time the video is being dropped. You know, all that good shit. Until next time, Jay.
It's big.
It's been Lit Logic. Catch y'all next time. Peace. Yes, sir.